Welcome back to Empowerment Nursing. I'm Linda, and this is Ashley, and today we're talking about understanding the NCLEX pass line.
Which is a tough thing to understand, as we all know. So before we get started making this super complex seeming thing absolutely simple, just a little bit of information if you happen to be coming across us on your Facebook page and you don't know who Empowerment Nursing is or what it is we do. We invite you to visit our website at www.n-powermentnursing.com. We are a complete NCLEX preparatory course. You can find out all of the information you need about us there, or as well on our Facebook page, N-Powerment NCLEX/CPNRE test prep, where we regularly post blog posts, live videos such as this one, as well as interactive NCLEX style questions that you can participate in. We do have a free trial on our website, which you can enjoy and find out all about our program. We invite you to subscribe to this video by clicking subscribe. That doesn't mean that we will email spam you. It simply means if you happen to be on Facebook or have notifications on your phone and we do a live video, much like this one, which we frequently do, you'll get a notification letting you know that we are live. And as always, we invite you to like and share this video because we know the massive amount of NCLEX writers that are facing this exam and they don't really understand how it works. So we want to reach and help as many people as possible to find the simplicity in this process.
Most grads have fear around this exam because it's not an exam they have ever written before. It's quite different from any of your midterms and any of your final exams. This is a real obstacle, fear, because anxiety and fear keep you from an effective study process. And so this is what we're going to talk about today. Part of the fear comes from not understanding how this exam works and contributing to your fear and anxiety from writing it. There's a lot of myths around the NCLEX exam. Some of those myths are that if you write 265 questions, you'll fail. Some of the myth is around if you write 75 questions, you pass. Both of those actually aren't accurate. You can pass or fail the NCLEX at any number of questions.
Mm-hmm. Kind of the difficult thing for graduates to wrap their head around when it comes to this exam. First of all, it's a logarithm, and that's a big scary word. And second of all is that every student has an individual exam experience. So even if you're asking somebody else what their exam experience was like, you will not write the same test, you will not have the same amount of questions, more than likely. So there's so much unknown and so much uncertainty around how this happens. Now, at Empowerment Nursing, our main goal all of the time is to tell you the why, to give you the critical understanding, especially when it comes to super complex things such as how the logarithm of the NCLEX exam works, and making those things easy, which is one of our expertise. And how we like to do that usually is by drawing something that's very simple, but does a really good job at demonstrating a really complex concept. This kind of what we do. So I'm going to do the exact same thing in explaining how the NCLEX works, and hopefully this is going to help you better understand it. So the logarithm of how this computer-based exam works is a really kind of daunting term. So I'm going to draw the logarithm out for you. And where we're going to start at is right here. And I'm going to label this and call this the passing line. What the passing line is kind of like the bar you have to reach to be successful in the NCLEX exam. Everybody starts out, your very first question right there on the passing line. You're not above the passing line and you're not below the passing line. So a couple things we need to understand before I kind of draw out how you're going to move around this passing line as you answer questions is that below the passing line and on the passing line we have low-level questions. And above the passing line and up here, we have high-level questions. Now, to better understand this, we do have a previous Facebook Live that goes through low-level questions versus high-level questions and how these are scaffolded and how they contribute to determining your success on the NCLEX. But for the purpose of today's topic and understanding how the exam works, simply understanding that low-level questions are content-based. So for example, the nurse would know that the normal potassium level, say, is 3.5 to 5. That's a low-level question, whereas a high above the passing level question would be a select all that it can apply question or some type of synthesizing, critical thinking type style question. So if everybody starts here with question 1 and you're on the passing line, Question 1 comes, it's a content question, you've studied your question, you get that question right, you're going to go 1 point above the passing line. So you're currently above the passing line. If you get the next question right, you are now 2 points above the passing line. The beautiful thing about being 2 points above the passing line is that watch what can happen. If I get the next question wrong, I'm still not below the passing line. If I get the next question right, I'm still above the passing line. If I get the next question wrong, I'm still above the passing line. And this can keep going on for multiple questions. The secret I'm letting you in on is this. Once you are 2 questions above that passing line, theoretically speaking, yes, you can get every other question wrong and never go below the passing line. So this would be a passing grade. Now, what the NCLEX is trying to determine is whether or not you are safe to practice, meaning you're consistently above the passing line, or whether you are unsafe to practice. So let me give you another scenario. So say from here, we get 2 questions wrong. So we were 2 points above the passing line, and then we got 2 questions wrong. Here, if we get the next question right, but then we get the next question wrong, and the next question right, and the next question wrong, we're never consistently 2 points above the passing line. So these are the students that are going to write the full 265 questions because they're neither consistently above nor consistently below the passing line. In order to be deemed unsuccessful or unsafe, you would get below the passing line and never back above it. So if I'm getting every other question right here, I'm never getting back above the passing line. Or you could get 2 questions incorrect in a row and still get every other question correct, but never get back above the passing line. So basically, this exam is going to shut off at a minimum of 75 questions and at a maximum of 265 questions when it determines you are A, consistently above the passing line, or B, consistently below the passing line, or C, it cannot determine, and it will have you write the full 265 questions.
Now, looking at this mind map that Ashley just drew, 3 key elements have to come together in order to be successful. Number 1 is content. You cannot be up here without your knowledge of content. It's what keeps you safe. It's what protects you. And when you go into this exam is knowing your content. And so the content is these lower level questions that related to Bloom's taxonomy, the cognitive domains, which we spoke about on an earlier Facebook Live, that is related to knowledge and comprehension. So example, knowing your lab values. Number 2, the next critical element is critical thinking. Because in order to stay up here above the pass line, you need to be able to answer Bloom's taxonomy, the higher level cognitive questions. So the synthesis, the evaluation, the application questions, all of which occur up in this area where the NCLEX questions are written and coded, right? Mm-hmm. So to stay up in this area, you need, number 2, critical thinking. And the third key element, number 3, is emotional readiness. Because let's say you're up here and you're getting every other question wrong, but let's say this happens a few times and now you're here and you start to get scared and you start to lose your confidence and emotionally you haven't thought through this prior, then you can quite easily lose it emotionally during the write of the exam and fall down below the passing line. So these 3 elements are so key in remaining up here: content, critical thinking, and emotional readiness.
And this is what N-Powerment Nursing is. And this is why N-Powerment Nursing has 100% student satisfaction, graduate satisfaction. Every single person that's ever taken our program has said that they would highly recommend it to a friend, that it's the best decision they ever made, that they're so grateful and so thankful, and they've understood things they never thought they could understand or found the success in the NCLEX. that they couldn't previously find. And that's because we are the triple threat. We have all of the content in our program that you need to study that'll get you through these lower level questions up above that passing line. We teach you all of the critical application for this content that keeps you above that passing line in terms of the higher level critical analysis style questions. And we give you the confidence and prep you for emotional readiness, which really isn't available anywhere else. And that's why we are a complete package, because we bring all of that to the table. So we invite you to join us on this journey. We hope you found this helpful. Share it with all your friends who may be facing the NCLEX as well, so they can benefit from this hopefully complex, daunting, fear-provoking, anxiety-provoking exam made simple, and now you know what it takes to succeed.
And don't give up.
Don't give up.
Please join us.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.